I love you to the tips of your toes. Created by La Gitana Yoga. We'll start out in a prone position. Lay down onto your abdomen, cross your forearms, press your forehead, your third eye onto your forearms. Let your legs be heavy, let your belly spill out over your sacred space. Feel your heartbeat against the floor. Connect with your breath. On your next inhale, draw your heels together at the back of your mat. Bend at your knees. Heels gravitate towards your glutes. Breathe here. Feel your hips energetically press into the earth. Feel a stretch in your quads. Take one more breath here and release. Gently peel your chest up, come into Sphinx pose. Stack your shoulders directly over your elbows, parallel your forearms on the mat. Energetic press your hips into the earth and bend at your knees. Heels gravitate towards your glutes. Breathe here. Hips. Take one more full breath. At the end of your exhale, release. Toes down onto the mat, forearm plank, peel belly, hips, maybe knees off of the earth. Breathe here. Gaze beyond your fingertips, maybe even beyond your mat. Feel your core hugging your spine. Take one more full breath, and at the end of your exhale, dolphin pose. Tiptoe your toes closer to your elbows, maybe so much so that your shoulders stack over your elbows and your hips stack over your shoulders. On your next inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, press firmly into both hands evenly, and on the exhale, draw both forearms off the mat at the same time, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers as wide as they can. Let your heels get pulled by gravity towards the back of the mat. Find softness behind your knees and lift your hips even higher. Inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Root into your left foot. Come onto your left tiptoes. Know that for any time you sweep your right leg up to the sky, it's encouraged for this particular practice to come up onto your left tiptoes. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left foot up to the sky. Ground into your right foot, come onto your right tiptoes. Know for that the remainder of this practice, whenever you sweep your left leg to the sky, it's encouraged to come onto your right tiptoes. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Activate your breath. Take a deep inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let your torso become parallel to the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy, drain your brain. Inhale, Tadasana pose, root from your feet, hands sweep up, gaze sweeps up, heart sweeps up. Exhale, Samastihiti, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep fingertips up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head gravitates towards the front of the room. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, extend right leg straight back. Exhale, crunch right knee into chest. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, crunch right knee into chest. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, draw knee into chest, forehead into knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. On the exhale, lower right toes all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, crescent moon, release right knee onto the earth. Sweep fingertips up to the sky, gaze up, heart lifts. Use your core to lift and lengthen. Energetically squeeze your thighs together. On your next inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, half splits. split. Slide your hips back over your right knee. Point left toes up to the sky. Left knee points up to the sky as well. Breathe here. On your next inhale, low lunge, plant hands to frame your front foot. Exhale, chaturanga, step left foot back, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts up, collarbones peel towards the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. Reset here. Activate breath, feel your core active, lift hips higher. Inhale, come onto your tiptoes, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hinge from your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, root from your feet, hand sweep up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, lift and lengthen, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Here. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, stay here. Inhale, extend left leg straight back. Exhale, pull it into center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, draw knee into chest. Inhale, shoot energy at heel and crown of head. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, last one. Now on the exhale, release left toes all the way to the back of the room. Inhale, crescent moon. Fingertips up, gaze up, heart up. Melt your left knee down onto the earth. Breathe here. Feel lift and lengthen your spine. Energetically squeeze your thighs together. Take one more full breath. And on the exhale, half splits. Slide hips directly over left knee. Point right toe up. Point right knee up. Breathe here. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, fold deeper. On your next inhale, low lunge, bend into your front knee, plant hands to frame front foot. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up, kneecaps float off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. Breathe here. Next, inhale, come onto your tiptoes, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, charge your legs, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, torso becomes parallel to the earth. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, Tadasana pose, root from your feet, hands sweep up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, extend right leg straight back. Exhale, crunch in towards center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. Two more. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Last one. Inhale, lift and lengthen. On the exhale, release right toes to the back of the room. Inhale, crescent moon, sweep fingertips up. Exhale, half splits. Slide your hips directly back. Point left toes up. Inhale, low lunge. Frame your hands with your front foot. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. On the inhale, come onto your tiptoes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hinge from your hips. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, Tadasana pose, root from your feet, hands sweep up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, crunch in towards the center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in towards center. Last one. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release left toes back. Inhale, crescent moon, sweep fingertips up, melt left knee on the earth. Exhale, half split. Slide your hips back, point right toes up. Inhale, low lunge, hands frame front foot. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. On the inhale, come onto your tiptoes, charge legs. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, reach your hands high. Gaze down at your toes, make sure you can see your toes. Find neutrality from the tip of your hips through the crown of your head. Take one more deep inhale. On the exhale, eagle wrap, right arm under left, right leg around left leg. Attempt to stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, warrior three pose. Keep your eagle wrapped arms. Spiral your right pinky toe down. Take one more deep inhale, and on the exhale, release right toes all the way back down to the earth. Lift your heart up to the sky using your core. Lift your forearms up to the sky. On your next inhale, unravel your arms, sweep fingertips up to the sky. Breathe here. Every inhale, lengthen, and every exhale, deepen into your lunge. Take one more deep inhale. Keep your left arm where it is. On the exhale, release your right arm to the earth. Attempt to stack left shoulder directly over right shoulder. Attempt to keep left knee stacked over left ankle. Take one more inhale, and on the exhale, side plank, balancing on your right hand and the outer edge of your right foot. Take one more full deep inhale in your side plank. Exhale, release three-leg high plank. Feel your core muscles support your spine. On the next inhale, three-leg downward facing dog. Sweep left toes up high, maybe come onto your right tip toes. Exhale, low lunge, step left foot to meet left hand. On the inhale, warrior one, sweep fingertips up to the sky. Point your front foot forward, back foot faces out about 45-60 degrees. Heel to heel alignment. Take one more deep inhale here. On the exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. Reset here. Breathe. Inhale, come onto your tiptoes, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, charge your legs, step or spring forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, reach your hands high. Breathe here. Make sure you can see your toes beyond your knees. Find neutrality from the tip of your hips through the crown of your head. Take one more deep inhale. On the exhale, eagle wrap left arm under right and eagle wrap left leg over right leg. Attempt to stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Breathe here. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, warrior three, maintain your eagle wrapped arms. Spiral your left pinky toe down towards the earth. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, release left toes all the way back down to the earth. Reach your heart high, reach your forearms to the sky. Next inhale, unwrap your arms, sweep fingertips up. Breathe here, crescent lunge, high lunge. Stack shoulders over hips. Take one more inhale, keep your right arm where it is. On the exhale, release your left hand to the earth. Attempt to stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder. Breathe here. Keep right knee over right ankle. One more full breath wherever you are. On the exhale, side plank, balancing on your left hand and the outer edge of your left foot. Take any modification that feels good in your body at this time. One more full breath. On the exhale, three-leg high plank. If this isn't available, release your right toes to the earth. Activate your core. On your next inhale, three-leg downward facing dog, right leg highest point in your body. Come onto your left tip toes. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, warrior one pose. Sweep your fingertips up to the sky. Front foot faces forward, back foot faces out about 45-60 degrees. Find a heel to heel alignment. Take one more full inhale on your warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, charge your legs. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hinge from your hips. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle wrap, right arm, right leg. Inhale, warrior three, extend leg back. Exhale, release right toes to the earth, lift heart. Inhale, sweep fingertips up, gaze up. Exhale, release right arm down to the earth. Inhale, side plank, balancing on right hand, right leg. Exhale, release three-leg high plank. Inhale, three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior one, sweep fingertips up. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. On the inhale, charge your legs, gaze forward. Exhale, step or spring forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, reach your hands high. Exhale, eagle wrap, left arm, left leg. Inhale, unravel left leg, warrior three. Exhale, release left toes to the back, reach heart up to the sky. Inhale, sweep fingertips up. Exhale, release left hand to the earth. Inhale, side plank, balancing on left hand, left leg. Exhale, release three-leg high plank. Inhale, three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior one, sweep fingertips up. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down. On the inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, charge your legs, gaze to fingertips. Exhale, spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, torso parallel to the earth. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sink hips low, reach hands high. Exhale, eagle wrap, right arm and right leg. Inhale, extend right leg straight back, warrior three. Exhale, release right toes to the earth, lift heart up. Inhale, reach arms to the sky. Exhale, lower right hand to the earth. Inhale, side plank, balancing on right hand, right foot. Exhale, three-leg high plank. Inhale, three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down, low lower than 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Core drags you up and back. On the inhale, charge your legs. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. On the inhale, hinge from your hips, halfway lift. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, reach your hands high. Exhale, eagle wrap, left arm, left leg. Inhale, warrior three, extend left leg straight back. Exhale, release left toes to the earth, lift heart up to the sky. Inhale, unwrap arms. Exhale, release left hand to the earth. Inhale, side plank, balancing on left hand, left foot. Exhale, three-leg high plank. Inhale, three-leg downward facing dog. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior one pose. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame, foot lower halfway down, be mindful of shoulders. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, charge your legs. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, drain your brain, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, chair pose, sweep hands up. Exhale, press palms together, bring them to heart center. Without using your glutes, without using your hands, lower glutes all the way to the earth, Navasana pose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, point towards the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, point to the left. Continue with your breath. Maybe alternating straightening legs, maybe keeping both toes on the ground. If you want more, keep both legs straight, hovering off the earth. Support your core. Each inhale, lifting heart higher. Each exhale, using your obliques to twist open. Final inhale. On the exhale, release hands shoulder width distance apart behind glutes. Thumbs point towards glutes. Inhale, puff up chest. Exhale, reverse tabletop. Find buoyancy in hips and lift in the heart. Gaze up or towards the back of the room. One more inhale. On the exhale, release glutes down to the earth. Navasana pose. Press palms together, bring them to heart center. Option to keep toes on the earth or hover toes off the earth, maybe even straighten legs. If you want more challenging, straighten arms up to the sky. Find the shape of a V with your body. Breathe here. Use your core muscles to support your spine and find lift and length. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, release hands shoulder width distance apart behind glutes. Thumbs point towards glutes. Inhale, puff up chest, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, reverse plank. Once again, find buoyancy in the hips and lift in the heart. Attempt to press big toes into the earth. Take one more full inhale, and on the exhale, release all the way down. Vertebrae by vertebrae, peel all the way onto your spine. Straighten right leg up to the sky. Let left heel hover over the earth. Point fingers towards the left heel. Every inhale, peel shoulder blades off the earth. Every exhale, use core to draw fingers closer to your left heel. Continue with your breath. Activate your toes, activate your core. Most importantly, stay connected each breath to each movement. Complete. Lower, alternate legs. Right leg hovers off the earth, left toes point up towards the sky. Every inhale, peel shoulder blades off of the earth. Every exhale, crunch fingertips closer towards right toes. Stay connected with your core. Most importantly, stay connected with your breath. Take one more final breath. On the exhale, pull knees in towards your chest and give yourself a nice massage, rolling from right to left. Then start to massage your spine from the top to the bottom. Start to rock and roll with your spine from the top to the bottom of the mat. Finally, rock and roll so much that you find yourself in a standing forward fold at the top of your mat. In standing forward fold, root into the balls of your feet. And then come onto your tiptoes, floating heels off the earth. Press into your fingertips. Tent your hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your back. Exhale, forward fold, drain your brain. Inhale, Tadasana, root from your feet, hands sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, draw right elbow to right hip, bend at your right knee, set up for dancer pose. Kick foot into hand so much so until you can't kick any further, and then start to lower torso down. Every inhale, lengthen in your spine, lift heart, lift gaze, lift fingertips, and every exhale, lower your torso down even more. Take one more inhale, and on the exhale, release standing splits. Head hangs heavy, right foot floats up high. Press into the ball of your grounded foot and come onto your tiptoes. Find movement here, stretching from the tip of your grounded foot to the tip of your floating foot. Take one more inhale, and on the exhale, release to a standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep right leg up to the sky, come onto your left tip toes. Exhale, draw right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg up, left toes up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, sweep right leg high, come onto left tip toes. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior two pose, pinwheel heart open. Front foot faces forward, back foot faces out 90 degrees. Align the outer edge of your front foot with the long edge of the mat. Align the outer edge of your back foot with the short edge of the mat. Stack your shoulders over your hips, arms parallel to the earth, fingertips active, gaze over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten into your front leg. Stack left shoulder with right shoulder. If this isn't enough, extend right arm out towards the wall in front of you. On your next inhale, star pose. Find the shape of an X with your body. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Breathe here. Inhale, halfway lift, hinge from your hips. On the exhale, stay here. Open up arms parallel to the earth. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, warrior two towards the back of the room. Inhale, reverse warrior. As much lift and length as you find in the left side, push down and forward with your front knee. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame your front foot, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart lifts you up, kneecaps float off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, core drags you up and back. On the inhale, come under your tiptoes, charge your legs. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hinge from your hips. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, Tadasana pose, root from your feet, hands sweep up to the sky. On the exhale, draw left elbow to left knee, set up for dancer pose. Bend at your left knee, grasp the inner blade of your foot. Kick foot into hand until you can't kick any more, then start to lower torso down. As much as you lower your torso down, lift your heart up, lift your gaze up, even lift your fingertips up towards the sky. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, standing split. Let your head hang heavy. Let your left foot be light. Press into the balls of your right foot and come onto your tiptoes. Maybe find some movement here. Pressing up onto your tiptoes as you lift your left foot even higher. Then take one more final inhale, and on the exhale, release to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your back. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. On the inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your core drag you up and back. On the inhale, sweep left leg up to the sky. Come onto your right tip toes. Exhale, draw left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift and lengthen, tip toes. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift and lengthen, left foot up, right tip toes. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior two, pinwheel your heart open. Point your front foot forward. Point your back foot out about 90 degrees. Stack your shoulders over your hips, arms parallel to the earth, fingertips active, gaze over your front fingers. Take one more inhale here. On the exhale, triangle pose. Straighten your front leg. Left fingertips reach towards the earth, right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Stack your right shoulder with your left shoulder. If this isn't enough, extend your left fingertips towards the back of the room. Engage your core. On the next inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Breathe here. If it's in your practice to come into an inversion, come into an inversion now. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Stay here on the exhale. Open up your arms parallel to the earth. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the room. Inhale, reverse warrior. As much lift and length as you find on the right side body. Push down and forward with your right knee. Take one more full inhale. On the exhale, chaturanga, plant hands to frame your front foot, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, charge your legs, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or spring to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your back. Exhale, let your head hang heavy. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up to a standing position. Gaze is the last thing to come up. Tree pose. Root firmly into your left foot. Draw your right sole of your foot up your calf or your thigh, anywhere along your left leg except for your knee. Root into your left foot. Draw your left kneecap up. Grow your tree if it's in your practice. On the next inhale, one leg Tadasana. Right thigh becomes parallel to the earth. Maybe straighten your right leg. Exhale, step your right toes back in line with your right hip, about 2 to 3 feet. And then let the right heel fall in line with the left heel. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, pyramid pose. Let your heart cascade over your left leg. Every inhale, lengthen into spine. Every exhale, forehead gravitates towards your left shin. Take any variation of the pose, any mudra that feels good in your body. Now, root firmly into your left foot, plant hands to frame your left foot. On the next inhale, standing splits. Balance into your left foot. Press into the balls of your left foot, so much so. And reach right foot up so much so that maybe the left toes drag off of the ground. When you're done playing, release into a forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift. Reset your back. Exhale, forward fold. Drain your brain. Inhale, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae to a standing position. Your gaze is the last thing to come up. Tree pose. Plant firmly into your right foot. Draw the left sole of your foot along your right ankle, right calf, or right thigh, anywhere but your knee. If it's in your practice, grow your tree. On the next inhale, one leg Tadasana. Left thigh becomes parallel to the floor, maybe straighten your left leg completely parallel to the earth. On the exhale, step your left toes back in line with your left hip, about 2 to 3 feet, and let the left sole of the foot heel plant directly behind the right sole. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, pyramid pose. Let heart cascade over right leg. Every inhale, lengthen into spine. And every exhale, let your forehead gravitate more towards your right shin. Take whatever mudra is available in your body today. Then start to focus energy into your right foot. Gently release your hands to frame the right foot. On the next inhale, standing splits. Left leg flies up to the sky. Come onto your right tippy toes. Left leg floats so high up that maybe the right toes float off of the earth. Play around here for a few black breaths. And when you're done, release into a standing forward fold. Let your brain drain here. Then heel toe your feet so that your heels are on the mat and your toes are off the mat. Sink your hips, come into a malasana or squat pose. Bring your palms to heart center. Push your heart up so much that your sternum, your breastbone pushes into your thumbs. Find resistance against your arms and your legs. Feel the opening in your groins. Attempt to stack your shoulders over your hips. And then, as gently as you came into the squat, gently peel yourself out. Vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way back onto your back. Once here, take your right ankle and stack it directly over your left thigh. Keep your right ankle flexed. Inhale, puff up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and on the exhale, lift your hips up to the sky. Breathe here. If it feels good in your practice, interlace your fingers behind your back. Find buoyancy in your hips. Feel the rounding in your mid-back, your low back, and your upper back. Feel the stretch in your hip. And then as gently as you came out vertebrae by vertebrae, release out. Heel toe your left foot off of the mat. Once it's off the mat, let both knees fall towards the right. Open up your arms like the shape of a T and gaze over your left fingertips. Spinal twist. Nothing to do but let your spine unwind from the top to the bottom. Feel the earth supporting you and feel gravity pulling you down in this comfortable, spacious spot. Start to reawaken your body as gently as you came into your spinal twist. Gently peel yourself out. Plant your soles of the feet onto the mat and then take your left ankle and stack it directly over your right thigh. Make sure that your left ankle is active and flexed. On the inhale, puff up your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, lift your hips up off of the earth. If it's in your practice, interlace your fingertips behind your back. Feel your shoulder blades on the mat and feel the back of your head on the mat. But there should be space in between your neck and the earth. Feel the lift in your heart and the rounding in your spine. Feel the stretch in your left thigh and your left hip. And as gently as you came out of your pose, gently release vertebrae by vertebrae down. Heel toe your right foot off of the mat and then let both knees fall towards the left. Open up your arms like a shape of a T and gaze over your right fingertips, spinal twist. Nothing to do but breathe here. Feel gravity pulling you down and feel completely supported by the earth below you. Gently start to lovingly reawaken your body. And as tenderly as you came into your spinal twist, peel yourself out of it. Plant the soles of your feet into the mat and let your knees fall in towards one another. Then float your feet up to the sky. Your heels stack over your knees stack over your hips. If it's in your practice, come into a shoulder stand. And if it's not in your practice, that's okay. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that your tip toes are the highest point in your body. And all that love that you poured into your little toes today, let all that love drain out, down your toes, down into your ankles, into your calves and your thighs, and flooding your hips and your abdomen and your heart and your head. And then gently peel yourself out. Come into a happy baby pose. Draw your knees into your armpits and grab the outer edges of your feet or your big toes. You can find movement or find stillness, whatever your body's calling you to do. Anything else that your body is calling you to do, do so now. If not, come into your final and most important pose, Savasana pose, your final meditation. And send love from the crown of your head to the very tips of your toes. Feel the abundance and overflowing of love that you send to every cell in your body, that it fills you up even to the very tips of your toes. And nothing more to do except for melt into this loving space and surrender. Namaste.